Hello, friends. My name is Professor Cocazella, and a lot of times the students end up calling me Professor Coco, and I am just fine with that. This is your welcome to the course video. And I had thought I was going to have my picture in the right-hand corner, but something's wrong with my screencast-o-matic right now. So you'll just have to wait until we meet face to face so that we can lay eyes on one another. But I thought I would send you along this video to watch prior to our first meeting so that you would get a good grip on how the course is set up and most especially how we utilize Blackboard, because it's going to be very, very important that you become very familiar with all the features of Blackboard, including how to submit assignments, how to do discussion board posts, how to get and receive mail, etc., etc. We're going to be using Blackboard quite frequently because, frankly, the way I'm setting up this class is not going to be strictly face-to-face. I'm delighted that we'll be able to be on campus, but I am going to also incorporated some blended learning features. And that means that some of our class times will be spent outside of the classroom. In other words, there are going to be at least three and maybe even more, depending on how things go, at least three classroom sessions that will be done outside via Zoom. And some of those I will be conducting. Some of those will mean that you guys are just meeting as a small group face to face. That'll be dependent upon what the agenda item is and what we're trying to accomplish. So just to give you a heads up about that. And that brings me to the features of Blackboard that you'll really, really need to know and understand. So you can see from your screen right now, you've got a left-hand side column with the menu items of Blackboard. So let's just run through those, and then we will run through what is indeed on the course site itself. So the bottom line is you are at the home page right now where this welcome message is housed. So that's just plain and simple, a little announcement about hello, where we meet, when we meet, etc., etc. And then down below that, you have what's called course outline or handout A. And that's just essentially one single document listing the policies and procedures for the course, absences, what textbook is required, the grading standards, etc., etc. And then down below that is really where you will be clicking, if you will, most often, and that's the course contents. And through the course of this video, I will click on that so you can see what is housed inside there. And that's essentially just all the materials for the class. I do the class according to units. We have ourselves 5 units. Do not be daunted. The 5th unit is very, very short, and each unit contains specific assignments. Some of them are short prompts and responses. Some of them are longer major pieces of writing, but we'll get through all that. The one below course contents is announcements, and that's very, very important because announcements are essentially the way for you to get the most up-to-date information about what's going on in the class. I am going to say and state emphatically right here and now, yes, things will change, okay? There is just no way around that. The due dates that I've listed in the week-by-week syllabus, they might change. We might find ourselves with a class that doesn't meet. We might find ourselves with agenda items that haven't been conquered, so we have to flip over to the next day. We might find ourselves in a situation where I've provided you with a due date for a major assignment and you guys just can't manage that and we'll have to push it back, etc. So in announcements, I list what is upcoming, not only what we've accomplished during class, but what is upcoming, what is due, what might have been changed, etc. And announcements are also sent as emails to you. So you can get it both ways. You can come onto the site and look at the most recent announcement, and you can go into your email and look at the announcement there. Now, per email, you have the option. If you go to IT, you can ask them, how can I transfer Blackboard mail and integrate it into the email that I most frequently use? And they'll show you how to do that. Okay, or you can just come here and go through this course mail. And that is also the way I want you to communicate with me. Yes, we all have our MyMC email, but I much prefer that you do your communicating to me through this course mail, and you'll see that as one of the lower menu items right here. That way I know it's from you and I know it's about this class. My MC email gets quite cluttered and it's just very confusing. So to send email to me, do it through this course mail. For you to receive email via this course mail, you can have it forwarded to an email account that you prefer. As I said, do that through IT. I'm not really exactly sure how to do it, but it's a pretty easy procedure. Okay, so that's that. So we've been through homepage, which is what you're looking at. We've been through the course outline. We've been through course contents that we're going to go back to. I've explained announcements to you. Now, the next two features, discussions and journals, are two of the ways that you will be submitting work to me. Discussions are just that. I will post a prompt to you and then you will write back to me. Sometimes I'll ask you to also post a reply to fellow classmates, etc. That's also a great place for us to send attachments that have to go out to one another because everybody will have access to discussions. Journals is another feature whereby you can present work to me, and you'll be doing that several times during the course of the semester. And that's just simply a site. Again, I'm going to post a prompt and you're going to reply back. The deal with journals is it is private, so just you and I will see that. Then the next feature, which I'm sure you're very, very interested in, is my grades. And I do keep up with grades. I try to grade work very, very quickly. I try to provide you with really substantial feedback. And in my grades, you can keep track of what is being graded, what's yet to be graded, what the new assignments will be. There's a little bit of explanation about the assignments, and of course the point values of each, and if they've been graded, how many points you've achieved. And that'll be explained to you when we get to the grade record sheet, because I do give you a document that shows you every single assignment that you'll be doing and the corresponding point value for them. And then below that is course mail, which we've already discussed and I've already described. Below that are two library sources. Don't forget, library and media center are synonymous in Montgomery College. Sometimes we say library, sometimes we say media center. We mean the very same thing. So the first menu item is library research help, and that gets you straight into tutorials and specific information that the library has provided for English 101. And then in library course reserves, it's just another way to get into the library, into the media center, and find out what's available to you. That's just more general. But both of those menu items will get you directly to the media center. Now, the only caveat to that is in order to get into the media center databases, to pull up articles, to view video, to listen to podcasts, to do research, you need your M number if you are off campus. If you're on campus, it's a straight shot in, but off campus, you will need your M number in order to log in. So do remember that. My MC resources will get you to help, basically. The primary one being the Writing and Learning Center. And there's one of those housed on every single campus. They will be doing some face-to-face tutoring sessions, and they'll also be doing quite a few virtual tutoring sessions. And you can sign up with them to do a one-on-one session with a tutor if in fact you think that that would help you out. I highly recommend it. It always helps. I can always tell the people that have had a few tutoring sessions, their work products are so much better. Do be reminded, they're not going to be doing the work for you, but they will direct you, they will help you. You ask them questions about the assignment, you can talk through what it is you think your weaknesses are, etc., etc. And this Blackboard menu item is just a really easy way for you to schedule a tutoring session. Okay, help is basically Blackboard help. If you're confused about the different items, you want a little bit more information on Blackboard tours, etc. And then there is the OWL Writing Center. And OWL Writing Center is a center that's been created by Purdue University, which is located in Indiana. And they have graciously decided to share all their many, many, many resources with anyone for free. And it's such a valuable resource that I've made it a direct link here on the Blackboard course site. So you can go into the OWL Writing Center and you can get everything from handouts and worksheets on how to make your thesis statements stronger to information on how to do MLA citations, to worksheets and quizzes and tutorials on grammar problems or issues. Anything English composition related you can get on the OWL website, and you can get outside extra help. So I just highly recommend it. Then below that we have Collaborate Ultra, and you can really just think of that as Blackboard's version of Zoom. I do not usually use it. I just prefer Zoom. Zoom seems to be a lot cleaner, a lot quicker, a lot more direct, but maybe on occasion we'll dive into Collaborate Ultra. I could envision maybe housing some videos there, and then you can retrieve them from there, but I also provide videos and submit them right through course content. So Ultra, not so much. We might use it now and again. And then, of course, last but not least, Zoom. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this particular video, we are going to be doing some classes through Zoom. So let's get with it. I am going to move my cursor so you will no longer be seeing the menu items, because I really want you to be able to see the full screen of course contents. So here goes. So I'm just going to click on course contents. And here is where you found this, quite obviously. Okay, and this is where this will be housed, but obviously I'm just recording it now. And I'm going to drop it in here. So hopefully you've read through all this. If you're watching this video, you know what you need to do. And you'll note that at the bottom in the black text, it's just a reiteration of what all those paragraphs have said to you. So obviously you've done number one. If you're looking at this, watch the welcome video. And then do the following. After this video is over, go back in yourself and scroll through all these Blackboard menu items. Click around them, find out how they work, look at the instructions under each. I would suggest even reading the front pages of every learning module. You definitely should do number 1, 2, 3, 4, even though I didn't number them. Go to the housekeeping module, which I'm going to show you, and download, or at least download and read all those documents. I will have everything as hard copy in class the first day of class, but it would be good for you to read over some of that information, and then indeed do that email I asked you to do, and I've given you a sample email. All right, so you will note from when you click on course contents, what you will get to is these little icons up here in the upper left-hand corner are called learning modules, okay? And they correspond to every unit in the class. So there's the welcome module, and then there's the housekeeping module, and housed inside the housekeeping module are all of these documents that I just mentioned that you should at least read over, and that I will be providing to you in class. Okay, there's a course outline, there's a week-by-week syllabus, there's a course calendar, and there's a grade record sheet. Now, I'm cautioning you right now that I'm almost at the end of this video and I really haven't gotten to everything that I needed to tell you about. So I will likely make welcome video part 2. So that will be housed right underneath